Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Trailmakers, and today is the day I'm gonna finally make my own instrument using the new sound blocks. So my goal here is to create a live playable, basically like a keyboard or a piano, but if it says Trailmakers, it's boring just to have a keyboard that just sits there and plays music or that allows you to play music. I'm gonna make it a vehicle as well, because why not? This is Trailmakers after all. You might as well slap some wheels and an engine onto your creations, no matter what it is. So first, let's start with the actual keyboard aspect. I'm not entirely sure. I just have like a very, very general idea of what I'm doing, and I'll see what happens when it comes to actually building it. And I'm realizing this might be a little bit harder than I expected it to be. All right, well, you know what? Let's just build the base of it first, then we can worry about the logistics of the other stuff later. I do want it to look like a keyboard, but I'm not gonna have the black notes be playable because I'm just gonna have the white notes be the main thing. It'll make more sense when I actually show you how it's played. But the issue I'm having right now in my mind is trying to figure out how am I going to make the keys look like they're being pressed while also being pretty much directly next to each other and in contact with each other, because anything that touches in build mode gets automatically welded together. So I need to figure out how to trick it into thinking that they're not. Okay, so I think the steering hinges are what I'm going to use to actually press the keys down. And you know what? What if I actually use sensors to detect? Nah, I'm not going to use sensors. I want it to be more immediate as far as a response. Sensors, there'd be a delay between pressing the key and actually hearing the sound. Okay, so this is going to be really interesting to try to do here. Maybe this goes above, and this, yeah, the black keys stick up above the white keys, so that makes sense to do that. Oh, this could work. This could actually maybe work. But now I have the problem where if I put the other key next to it, like that, this actually doesn't work, because now these are welded together, and they're not going to be able to make them... Wait, no, there's more to do here. Yes, this right there. This is the secret. There we go. So now these are not welded together. All right, I might as well start coloring these while I'm here. So here we go. These are white keys. There we are. Oh, this is already starting to look great. I think this actually works. So I can copy and paste this whole section here to add another set. There we go. And we add another set. There we go. And then I copy this over there, and now I think I can literally just copy this whole thing just like that, and now we have a 2-octave keyboard. But unfortunately, I'm not going to have enough keys to assign to make it make sense on my keyboard, but this is 2 octaves here. All right, so let's do our first test. In the green direction, I'm just going to set number 1 to hit this first key. And let's set the speed all the way up. Oh, you know what I can do? I can control double click. Yeah, there's our new selection function. So now I can set all of these to max speed, and I don't know what my angle is gonna be yet. Steering help can go off, but this first one is on key 1. So let's get in the seat and test it out. All right, so 30 degrees is a little bit too much. There we go. 15 degrees seems good. I wish it did go a little bit faster than that, though. All right, so now I just got to set the controls of all the white keys. I'm just going to go up the number, just the numbers on top of my keyboard. All right, so I can go from 1 up to the equal sign, and then these two just aren't going to work, unfortunately. Although I guess I could just add, just for the sake of having them there, add the brackets in. So now, if we go in, we should be able to press all the white keys in order, just like that. Oh, whoop! I pressed backspace. If you keep going in that direction, you end up pressing backspace. So there's that, and then there's that, and there's that. So that's equals, and then that's left bracket and right bracket. So it's a little bit weird on the keyboard, but at least we have the full range of those 2 octaves. All right, so now we actually have to give them sound. Right now, they're just white keys being pressed down, and nothing satisfying happens. So let's give them some sound. All right, I think the triangle wave is probably going to sound closest to, it might be like an organ piano or something. The rest of them sound too synthy. So now we need to set the pitches to a C major scale. So that goes to 2, that goes to 4. All right, so now I've set all the notes to the C major scale, but I have not set the controls yet, which means if I press space, I'm just going to play every single note of the C major scale simultaneously, which sounds like this. Ah, good old C major. C major right there. All right, let's actually set the controls now. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, and so on. All right, I think I did it. I think we have a playable keyboard now. Let's test it out. It's actually really kind of annoying that I don't have the final root note of the octave after that. I have to put it in there. I just have to. I guess, can I put, oh, I can put the backslash in there. Okay, good. All right, so then this is gonna be 24. There we go. And this also has to go to backslash. All right, so now we should actually have the full span of the octaves. I'll go quicker this time. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's do a little bit of experimentation now. Let's actually start playing some stuff. Oh, what happened to my keys? That's not good. Repair. It's actually kind of tough because there's a slight delay between when I press my key and when the sound comes out. So it's really hard to keep tempo. Oh, it's so hard to keep tempo. It is so hard to keep things in tempo. I think I need to simplify it a little bit. Yeah! Oh boy, the key, I wasn't looking at the actual screen at all. How did it look? I guess I'll see it editing. All right, so we actually have ourselves somewhat of a playable keyboard, I suppose. It seems to actually, I think it sounds pretty good too. All right, so now let's actually make it look a little bit better, and then we'll make it drive like a car, and then we'll have a drivable keyboard car that you can actually play while you drive, because the keys are gonna be completely different than the driving controls. All right, there we go. I've spent a little bit of time making some aesthetic changes to it, so it looks like kind of an actual keyboard. You know, you got your display that shows you everything that's happening. This is just all meaningless stuff. I just put random sensors and stuff that'll kind of change as we drive around to make it look like the keyboard's doing things, but they're not actually hooked up to anything. They're just kind of pointless. And we got some knobs using the tires over here. We got some random buttons and stuff. It's just kind of just random things I put to make it look like the keyboard has more functions than it has, but it really doesn't have more functions than just pressing the notes and only the white keys at that. So now let's turn it into a car. Let's make this thing a drivable keyboard car. Cardboard. No, that now it just sounds like cardboard. I'll think of a pun at some point. All right, we're starting to look good here. Fortunately, I can open up the back just by moving all the panels up, and I can put a ton of engines in here because we got a bunch of room. The only thing about this is it blocks the sight of all of the music blocks, but I think this will be fine. So now I can just highlight these, move them back down to close up the back, and we should have a drivable keyboard. Oh boy, it's a little heavy. I should probably, let me increase the suspension a little bit. I don't know if this is gonna help. All right, stiffness all the way up. All right, there we go. Now we got some ground clearance. All right, we have a keyboard card. This thing is not aerodynamically sound at all. Let's turn on the aerodynamics. Oh, this is facing the wrong way anyway. All right, yeah, so there is our aerodynamics. We just got a lot of not fun stuff happening up here. I wonder if I can fix that. No, I tried. It's just too much of a hassle. I'm gonna ruin the aesthetic of the keyboard if I do that. So let's just add more engines if we want some more speed. Oh boy, this is interesting. So the engines, in order to double up the engines, I actually had to make them flush with the back here. And that makes the engines kind of stick out a little bit, but I think it works. It makes it look like there's a bunch of, you know, just stuff going on in the back. I don't know. Stuff, okay? I don't need to justify why my keyboard needs dozens of engines. All right, let's see how much faster this thing goes now. It's not it's not a whole lot better, is it? I feel like we have like a terminal velocity when we have this flat of an aerodynamic surface here. You know what? You know what this keyboard needs? This keyboard needs boosters. We need boosters. All right, where are we gonna put boosters so we actually have like, you know, this could be like the MIDI ports. All right, there you have it. These are your MIDI inputs and outputs. This is so you can hook up your keyboard to your computer. Problem is, we still only got thrust on this one side, and that's not a lot of thrust, so it's really not gonna help us that much. There's not a lot of room in here. You know what? It's not too bad, though. And actually, we can still maintain a straight trajectory, surprisingly. The weight of this is all off. All the weight is on the right side of this keyboard. Beggars can't be choosers here. If we need space, we gotta take it where we have it. All right, I do have another idea. I wanna add some cannons to this thing just for the, oh, cannons can actually, they can kind of be like another port as well. All right, there we go. Now we got cannons up in the front there. If we press the down arrow. And I kind of want to add tiny cannons for the up arrow, and I'm wondering if they can kind of work as like a kick and a snare for like a drum kit. Now, I do not have a good explanation of what all these ports are supposed to be, but just, all right, don't question it, okay? All right, so we got... All right, unfortunately, the base of the big cannons here completely drown out any impact of the tiny cannons. The mixing is just terrible on this keyboard. So to help with these tiny cannons being heard as a snare, we're gonna take a couple of sound blocks, put them as noise, and the duration's gonna be like 0.25. All right, let's hope that that's audible. All right, so we got snare. Man, there's just so much noise with the cannons as a kick. It doesn't help that the cannon also has the explosion that comes later. All right, but we have a driveable. Oh boy, it's not. The engines are so loud. You can hardly hear the actual keyboard. That's not good. Oh, I just realized I made a mistake. My, oh, you can see that happening. My C key has been attached to the side of the keyboard, so that it is no longer able to do its thing. But I think I can do this, and this, and this, and I think it should work now. All right, so we go. Yeah, there we go. So I'm trying to do, we have a basic C major scale. And I'm trying to remember some music theory to convert this into minor without being able to use any of the sharps. So I know that the relative minor to C major is A minor, which would be way up here. But that doesn't give me a lot of room up above it to really do much. So I'll do a chord inversion. That, I think, is an A minor chord. All right, so let's see if we can do some type of, I can't drive while I do this at the same time. This is just ridiculous. I'm trying to use all my fingers for like everything. All right, we're driving around. The sound of our engines is a little bit loud, but we'll see if we can actually hear anything. So I'm just gonna play something. I kind of have like a dark circus theme in mind, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's extremely difficult to time both hands on this thing. All right, here we go. There we go. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I lost it. I lost it halfway through, but that's just something. I had no plan there. I had no game plan. I was just playing. Wait, let me try. I forgot about the snare and the kick. Let's see if we can do some type of thing with that. Oh, well, oh, that's interesting. Check this out. There's like such a strong compression on the music. I guess you can't use cannons as a kick while also playing music. The cannon literally completely overrides the music sound. That too. There's like a ducking. It was a nice idea in theory, but I don't use cannons as kicks and snares because it it doesn't work. Wait, are my, oh sweet, I wasn't sure, but yeah, my little knobs, the wheels that are my knobs on the top left of the keyboard, they also spin around too. All right, here, let's see if we can get one more good tune out of here. This time we're gonna do A minor instead of C major. All right, so I'm gonna play something here that could get me copyrighted, but hopefully the engine sound will be enough to trick the YouTube auto detection stuff. But let's see how it goes. Here we go. And anyone pick up on that? Anyone pick up on the tune? Woo! Keyboard cardboard, key card board. No, none of this works. Cars, cardboard. I said I would come up with a pun by the end of the episode. I don't know. It's a music car. There we go, music car. That's what I could call it. All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I said I was gonna make myself a playable instrument in this game, and now not only does it play, but it also drives, it also shoots, it also boosts, and yeah, I think we have exactly what we asked for and more. So let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see happen with the new parts in the latest update. And a quick reminder, we have about 2 weeks left before the ugly ScrapMan sweater is completely gone forever from the merch store. So if you wanted to get yourself a piece of ScrapMan merch history before it is gone forever, then check the links down in the description below. If you want to see more Trailmakers content, then check out the playlist on the end screen right here. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.